Welcome back to another one of my weekly thrift hauls. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram already, you might not know that Monday was my 24th birthday. And of course, I spent my birthday doing my absolute favorite thing in the world, which is thrift shopping. Because it was my birthday though, I felt like I wanted to treat myself to a few higher end stores that I wouldn't normally purchase from, at least not on a regular basis. So I'm gonna show you guys what I've accumulated in the last couple of weeks that were kind of birthday presents for myself. If you watched my last video with Twin L, you would know that I recently came back from LA, and while I was there, I went to Reformation Vintage. You may have heard of Reformation before. It's a sustainable brand that's based in LA, but they have stores in New York as well, and obviously an online shop. They also have a line of curated vintage, and the only storefront for that is in LA. Everything there is definitely a lot more pricey than I would normally pay for vintage. I'd say it's even a level above Awoke Vintage, which is another one of my favorite pricier vintage stores here in New York, but all of the pieces are excellently curated, they're really high quality, and they're things that I really haven't seen anywhere else before. The first is this amazing black and gray striped 80s jumpsuit. Now, I know you guys are thinking I already have a lot of jumpsuits, and that's absolutely true. I am going to be selling a few of my jumpsuits on my Depop, so once again, check the links down below if you are interested in any of them. But I really fell for this one because it has these adorable puff sleeves, this really different stripe pattern, and then this amazing fit. I have actually been wearing this in the winter here in New York just by wearing a black turtleneck underneath and pairing it with some black boots. But here's how I'd probably wear it in the spring. I just put on my Ferragamo pumps that I thrifted at Goodwill here in New York City. I put on these opalescent shell earrings that I got at Awoke Vintage last year, and then this pearl barrette that I also got at Awoke Vintage last year. As you'll see throughout the rest of this video, I've been really into white accessories lately, even though it's the winter time, especially with accessories that have some kind of pearl detail, another throwback to the 80s. But anyway, I felt like this jumpsuit was just me in an article of clothing, so I couldn't pass it up. The next thing that I picked up at Reformation Vintage was this beautiful cashmere cardigan, also from the 80s. It's in this bright magenta color that pretty much perfectly matches this lipstick that I wear all the time. This is Flamingo Acid by Fenty. Besides the obvious, the cardigan trend, this cardigan also covers a few more of the spring 2020 trends, one being the 80s, obviously. 2 pearl details. These buttons are made of teeny little pearls, and 3 puff sleeves. I seriously can't get enough of puff sleeves right now. I know that eventually I'm probably going to regret buying so many things with shoulder pads and puff sleeves, but I think they're so flattering. Like I've said before, they just add volume to your shoulders, which makes your waist look really tiny. It really just gives you that perfect hourglass shape. I also think this color is going to be really trendy for spring 2020. I've been seeing a lot of these richer, brighter colors that are not quite jewel tones, but not quite neons either. I'd say this shirt that I'm wearing right now, for example, which is this really rich cobalt blue, would fit into that trend as well. To style this look, I just paired my Levi's jeans that I recently got at Awoke Vintage, my same Ferragamo pumps, and the same barrette and earring combination. So moving on, I'm going to show you guys what I actually got on my birthday. The first place I went was Awoke Vintage in Brooklyn. There were several things that I had kind of had my eye on from their Instagram, and I was hoping that I would find them in person, and I did. First up is this amazing pair of lilac purple wide leg 70s pants. Now, I know you guys might be thinking that these look a lot like several other pairs of pants that I've shown you in the past, but I don't have a pair of purple pants that has a wide leg silhouette like this. I also am selling my other 2 pairs of purple pants, so again, if you're interested in them, check out my Depop down below. I was mostly drawn to these because of the color, but I also think the silhouette is super trendy. We're still slowly clawing our way out of the decade-long trend that was skinny pants. So I'd say if you're looking to spice up your wardrobe for 2020, one of the first things you can do is buy a wider leg silhouette of pants. I paired those pants with this top I thrifted in LA that was originally from Zara, but I got at Buffalo Exchange. I think a lot of the colors in this top are going to be really trendy for the rest of 2020. We've got that light purple, that light blue, a little bit of orange, all colors that you might have seen in the 60s or 70s, and colors that I think go really well with white accessories like these boots. Now, these boots are the only thing that I currently own that is not secondhand. I didn't purchase them for myself. These were a gift from my mom for my birthday. They're by the brand Mista. She knows that I've been lusting over a similar pair of these boots from Mista for months and months and months, but they were never on sale and I could never just bite the bullet and pay $435 for them. Now, thankfully, Mista is a sustainable brand. As far as I can tell, they make all of their shoes in small batches in Spain in an ethical factory. So I would say it's not a terrible choice for my one not secondhand purchase of the last year. Plus, I think it's really hard to find white shoes at a thrift store that are in great condition. So I'm so glad that I finally got my hands on these. I can't wait to rock this outfit in the spring. I do think I'll be able to layer some tights under these pants so that I can wear them while it's still cold outside. But again, I'm already looking forward to the next season. I did get 2 more things at Awoke Vintage. One of them I'm going to be saving for a later video, and the next one I actually styled with a piece that I got at the next store. So the next store I went to is a vintage and designer consignment store called Tokyo 7, and yes, it is spelled like that with an I, not with a Y. But anyway, I think this spot is such a hidden gem. A lot of the things are a few years to a few decades old. There are new things that haven't been worn before, but it's all kind of mixed in. So the prices tend to be somewhat decent. The first thing I picked up there is this amazing khaki trench coat that my boyfriend actually got for me. We've lovingly nicknamed this coat the vagina coat because of this shape on the front. The story with this coat is that I went thrifting with Sam around the time of our anniversary in November, and I picked it out and I said that I wanted him to come back later and get it for me as a gift, but he ended up getting me something else, which was equally as nice. But I kind of never forgot about that coat. I kept hoping that it would be there when I went back. We went back before Christmas when we were looking for gifts for each other again, and it was still there, and I was really hoping he would get it for me, and he didn't. It's okay. And finally, we went there on my birthday, and I was completely expecting it to have been sold already, but it was still there. Right on the spot, he's like, okay, I'm getting this for you. I'm so happy with it. It's by this Japanese designer that I don't want to butcher the name of, so I'm just going to put it down below. It was new with tags. I believe that originally it was several $100s, but we got it for $100. And honestly, I think that's a great price for a really classic piece like a trench coat. So I was super excited to get my hands on one. The piece from Awoke Vintage in this outfit is obviously the amazing patchwork pants. Again, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you would have already seen these. Awoke Vintage comes out with a few pairs of these. They're all one of a kind, they're all handmade, but all the other ones that I've tried in the past didn't fit me quite right. So I'm so excited that I finally found a pair that worked, and it's in a really pretty colorway. I didn't take off the coat to show you guys what the rest of the pants look like, but my favorite part is this bright green patch in the back. I just felt like they were so cool and so flattering that I had to get them. The second thing that I got at Tokyo 7 might be my favorite thing in this whole haul, although it's kind of hard to pick because most of these things are just beyond amazing. But you guys may have heard me mention the brand Gani before. It's a relatively new Danish brand that has been really taking off. In anticipation of my birthday, I had gone to the Gani store a few times in Soho and lusted over this dress, but I just couldn't bring myself to pay the 200 and whatever dollars it was, so I passed it up. Then I walk into Tokyo 7, I'm going through the dress racks, and I see it. Literally the exact dress that I was going to buy at Gani a few days before, right there, never been worn, for $150. So I went and tried it on, realized that it was kind of too big on me, but then I found out that you can actually take the waistband and wrap it around twice. It's supposed to kind of fasten in the back, but it's so stretchy that I was able to pull it to the front and button it like that. And I actually love the silhouette it created when I wrapped it around twice. Once again, I'm wearing those patent leather Mista boots to finish off the sort of 60s look. I'm wearing my Awoke Vintage clip and my Awoke Vintage earrings. All right, so the last two things that I'm gonna show you guys are things I ordered myself off of Depop. I'm probably gonna make a part 2 to this birthday haul because I ordered a few more things that haven't arrived yet. But anyway, I will start off with this amazing 1980s cobalt blue jumpsuit. I used to hate this color, but it's really grown on me. It's kind of the same color as the shirt that I'm wearing right now. But what really attracted me to this jumpsuit was, once again, the enormous structured shoulders. These are so on trend right now, and I happen to think they are super flattering. When I saw the measurements of the item on Depop, I realized they were my exact size, so I knew that it was going to fit really well and probably be really flattering. That's something I would highly recommend to you guys. If you're frustrated with the lack of consistency in sizing, I would recommend actually measuring your waist, your hips, and your chest, just so you can check the size chart and tell whether or not an item of clothing is actually gonna fit you. I styled this jumpsuit really simply by just throwing on these white Ferragamo pumps that you guys have seen before, but I can definitely see myself layering under some cool turtlenecks and wearing this in the winter. Now, lastly might be the most exciting find of this whole haul. I know I've already said that, so I'll let you be the judge. You guys might remember not the most recent time I went to LA, but the time before that, I bought this amazing rivet jacket from Wasteland. And I have worn it a couple of times, but I still felt like I didn't have the right pair of pants to wear with it. And then I was just casually scrolling Depop and I found these black jeans that have rivets on them. They were, once again, exactly my size, and I compared the top to the bottom and I saw that the fabric was almost identical and the rivets were literally the same. I don't want to say that these two pieces were like part of a set and I finally reunited them, but it certainly seems like that. Beyond that, they fit that 80s Western trend that I'm still loving so much perfectly. They're both black, so they go with almost anything, and they fit me really, really nicely. So to style this look, I just threw on a simple black turtleneck and my black Stuart Weitzman croc leather ankle boots that I got at Housing Works. But I could certainly see making this look even more crazy and Western with a pair of cowboy boots. All right, you guys, that's it for part 1 of my birthday haul, but I hope you enjoyed what I showed you in this portion. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. It's just HayleyWalker_ if you want to see how I style these pieces in even more ways. And then follow me on Depop if you want to check out what I'm selling. I'm not going to be selling anything from this haul anytime soon because I did invest in these pieces and they're gifts for myself for my birthday. But most of the stuff in my previous hauls eventually ends up on my Depop. So if you ever see something you like, you can just let me know in the comments and I'd probably be willing to list it. Anyway, you guys, I hope you have an amazing week and I will see you in the next one.